Ladies and gentlemen, Richard Hart is back at it again. In one of his most recent live streams, he teased to the fact that we may have a brand new SAC face to look forward to in the near future. So in this video, I want to talk about what that's all about, how it could be potentially very successful, exciting niche within the Pulse chain ecosystem, and just kind of speculate on some of the things we know so far. So if you like the sound of that, folks, do me a favor, like and subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads, because we will bring you the stuff that Richard talks about when he's not being censored on YouTube. Look at this, his channel's still down. Anyways, let's delve into it.
Yes, I am working on a replacement for Metamask. Haven't hired anybody yet, but it's on the roadmap. Just quicker on the roadmap recently. And then the Metamask thing, it's not going to delay anything. It's totally parallel. There's no delays. It doesn't affect anything that we're doing on Pulse Chain, PulseX, Hex, any of these things. Will there be a token associated with the Metamask project? Will there be a sacrifice for it? I don't know, probably, but once again, not going to have anything. I want to get the things that we already have in the pipeline done and out. I do not want more coins. I do not want more tokens. I do not want more sacrifices. I want what we already have out and released into the wild. That's what I want. So you don't have to think about that or worry about that for months.
Folks, that is a big deal. Now, look, this, Metamask Force that Richard Hart is talking about, is this thing going to be out anytime soon? Probably not. I'd be, happy if we saw that thing within a year. Yeah, will there be a sacrifice phase? He said probably. Will there be a token? He said probably. So we don't know for sure, folks. This is a little bit of speculation. But hey, it's fun to speculate. We're all here sitting for Pulse Chain to come out. So, we got to talk about some stuff in the meanwhile, right? So look, guys, this is a very big deal because in my opinion, there's a very obvious use case for a potential token to a Metamask competitor. Now, why do we need a new version of Metamask, you may ask? Well, because it turns out Metamask is not actually decentralized. They recently were censoring transactions in Venezuela. So Metamask can now just on a whim decide to block usage to their wallet, which is no bueno, folks. It literally goes against the whole entire point and the whole use case of cryptocurrency is for it to be censorship resistant. If these things aren't immutable, if they're not trustworthy, if not censorship resistant, then there's no point to crypto in the first place. So look, MetaMask has unfortunately, gone down the route of OpenSea and other more centralized platforms that are censoring usage, which is obviously not good. Which is why we can use a MetaMask fork. Now, folks, there's a very clear use case for a token, at least in my opinion, because if we, go to MetaMask here and we go to their about page, I believe, you could see that if you zoom in here on the fine print, you see that there's a 0.875 service fee charged to every transaction initiated on the MetaMask browser extension. So, folks, just to speculate here on some potential game theory, let's say you have a sacrifice phase and you put out a token. Well, let's say you can, you get that token, the Heart Mask, token, and then you stake that token, and you could potentially earn a portion of the fees accrued through the transactions in the wallet. So very clear use case. There's another token that's doing something similar. It's called Blank. I actually still own this token. So folks, look, recently I got rid of basically all my shit coins to participate in all these different sacrifice phases, but one of the ones I'm still managing to hang on to is this token right here. It's called Blank. This is a MetaMask competitor with a privacy feature. So think about the Tor search engine, but for transactions. So who knows if they'll be successful. Very risky, very early days. I think they're still in their beta version, but I believe that MetaMask with a privacy feature is definitely an idea worth betting on, and so I am speculating and holding at least some of this token here. Now, something else to consider. So we're looking at an article here from I believe this was when April 27th, 2021, and we can see here that there was $2 billion accumulated in transaction volume over the last 6 months on using MetaMask swaps here. So if you assume a 0.875 transaction fee, you have $2 billion worth of volume in 6 months. I think that's $17.5 million worth of fees accrued in a 6 month period. So, let's say MetaMask is currently processing around $35 million worth of fees accrued through transactions. That should supposedly be going to the team. Well, if you had a token, you could stake that token in a pool, and that $35 million accrued a year would simply be distributed to the token holders, or at least a portion of that. So that's kind of the idea behind a SAC phase with a potential MetaMask competitor, Metamask 4. Now, it's not just Richard that has this idea. There's this other brand new cryptocurrency, not even out yet. There's going to be an upcoming SAC phase for this thing as well, called Internet Money, which I'm still learning more and more about. I actually haven't even read the white paper yet. But what I do understand about this is that they are trying to build out a wallet for the Pulse chain ecosystem as well, where it's the same ideas, where a portion of the fees will be redistributed back to the token holders who participate in the SAC phase. So this is a very well-established idea. I do think this idea for both Internet Money and a potential Richard Heart project probably has legs to stand on. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm personally very much looking forward to another potential fantastic no-brainer investment opportunity in the next 6 months to a year and a half, 2 years from now, because I'm frankly willing to throw all my money at anything Richard touches. I don't know how many of y'all saw that video I put out yesterday with me talking about why I sold all my hacks. Spoiler alert, I sold all my hacks, kicked in the head by a horse. So I'm sorry for scaring anyone. I just wanted to have some fun. But look, folks, in terms of what's going on with Hex here, guys, we could talk about the short-term TA if we want briefly, just to kind of wrap up the video. But long-term, folks, put it this way: Hex is the best product in all of DeFi. Where else can you earn 38% a year consistently, year over year, on a product without third-party risk? I mean, sure, you have smart contract risk, but Hex has had 100% uptime, and it's been audited. And unless you attack the entire Ethereum network, Hex will continue to work perfectly fine until the end of time, or at least another 150 years. And guys, put it this way too: Hex is only for the people freaking out. Because for me, making that video, to me, it's just so obvious not to be worried that I sometimes forget that some other people don't see how obvious it is that you shouldn't be worried. But guys, put it this way: Hex has only been out for 2 years. Could you imagine selling Bitcoin the first 2 years it was out? I mean, if you come to the conclusion that Hex has long-term staying power, which I have, then why on earth would you sell in the first 2 years on an 80% dip, 80 some odd percent dip? Imagine if you had sold Bitcoin the first 2 years it was out on a 70-80% dip, how much you would regret that moving forward. Not to mention that you're gonna get double on Pulse chain, and you could potentially be earning over 38% a year every year on 2 chains. Guys, I am so not worried about the future of Hex, and I'm fucking trolling you guys on the channel. But look, just to talk about the kind of the short-term price action here with Hex, because someone did ask about it in our Discord group. Briefly speaking, folks, we have macro lower highs and lower lows. This is an overall downtrend, and so the bears ultimately do still have a slight edge as to how things could go. Now, with that being said, we are seeing something somewhat productive, breaking above this red trend line by daily closing and wick basis here. If we can maintain above 12 cents, that would be very productive. Now, what I would want to see for the short term, for a little bit of short-term hopium, is micro higher highs. If we can maintain some time above 16 cents, and you start to make the argument of a bullish breakout above this trend line plus a higher high, first signs of maybe bullish trend reversal. So if we spend time above 16 cents, very productive. Now, if we start to lose 12 cents once again, which has been historically a very price reactive zone, that's quite bearish. Ultimately, if we see a bit of more bullish breakouts on our RSI trend lines here, then that would be another sign that perhaps Hex is ready for more of a further relief rally here. So if we lose 12 cents, folks, look, it's hard to call where we could possibly fall to. Hex is largely fundamentally driven, but there are speculators in the market. Look, between fib levels, volume, trend lines, price action, it's hard to call exactly where we could find support. But losing 12 cents, in my opinion, 6 cents becomes very realistic. So y'all, look, I don't want to make this video too long. Hope you enjoy the video. Like and subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. Until next time, take care. And I'm just calling to let you know that I've drafted a response to our community I was hoping we could perhaps address this behind the scenes before it really got out there, but given the communique we've been seeing on the socials, I had to do a bit of damage control and just tell them about the three-step process. But I'm just calling to let you know that we need to accelerate our addressing this issue.
What issue?
You don't remember?
Not really.
It's look, man, we're starting to see in the comments, right? People are saying that my looks are distracting from the content, like my good looks.
Yes.
And this is something I was worried about too, right? People, sorry.
I feel like it's basically what they meant by that is you're taking up so much of the screen that they can't see the background, they can't see what you're talking.
I think that's inaccurate. I think you're working on a little information there, bud, because we got a message here saying in the Discord saying, "Yo, aren't you that really handsome guy? I have a hard time focusing during your streams because of your looks, by the way. Just an area for improvement." And frankly, this is the something I've been doing all my life. It's hard because you put time and effort into something and you want people to like you for your thoughts, but people all they can do is focus on the looks. It's so superficial.
It's just not for everybody.